Between cyberbullying, online scams, and a constant stream of harmful content, the internet can feel like an active hazard zone for a child. The natural response for any parent looking at this landscape is to build a wall, to lock down the perimeter and isolate the child from the source of the danger. In practice, this instinct leads to secret device checking, demanding passwords, and threatening immediate punishment for any digital misstep. These strict measures provide parents with a sense of control, but that feeling of total security is a false illusion. This approach has a fundamental flaw. Secret surveillance triggers a direct psychological counter-reaction in children. This is the control paradox. Attempting to secure a child through secrecy almost always breeds secrecy in return. To protect their privacy, kids learn to adapt. They start deleting their messages, creating secondary hidden accounts, and suffering through online issues in silence to avoid detection. By aggressively monitoring their every move, parents inadvertently destroy the child's willingness to ask for help when real danger strikes. It makes them far less safe. Breaking this loop requires parents to shift into the role of a digital partner. This transition begins with a baseline of transparency that is established before a parent ever picks up a device. Monitoring works best when it is framed as a joint defense strategy against external risks, rather than an authoritarian tool used against the child. Instead of imposing rules from above, sit down and co-create the family digital guidelines together. Agree on when devices are checked, review which apps are appropriate, and define what must stay private. Bringing the child into this process eliminates the anxiety of sudden, secret invasions of their personal space. Eventually, every child encounters a moment of real threat, an unsafe contact, a scam, or severe online harassment. Their next move depends on the parenting environment. If they expect anger or blame, their survival instinct will be to remain silent. However, if the child has historical proof that they will be heard and supported, they are much more likely to report the threat immediately. During these moments, the parent's role is clear. Listen before reacting, guide without humiliating, and correct without attacking. A parent's reaction to a minor mistake sets the precedent for whether that child will ever reach out during a major crisis. This evidence forces us to reevaluate what parental controls actually are. We are often taught to view protection as a series of software solutions, blocking apps, complex password locks, and rigid screen time limiters. But software is bypassable. A determined child can always find a way to outsmart or hack the technology. The most resilient parental control is one that cannot be bypassed by a clever workaround. A relationship built on communication and mutual care provides a layer of protection that software cannot replicate. It creates a safety net that remains intact even when technology changes. Because of this, trust must be the priority that precedes any act of monitoring. A child is truly safe in the digital world only when they feel completely safe talking to their parents in the real world.